Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel, U.S. Immigration News. We hope you're doing great. March 2025 Visa Bulletin Predictions and February Visa Bulletin Results and Analysis. The February 2025 Visa Bulletin has been released, providing crucial updates on priority dates, final action dates, and movement across various family and employment-based visa categories. As applicants and immigration professionals analyze the changes, this bulletin offers insights into visa availability, retrogression, and potential processing delays. In this video, we'll explore the key takeaways, trends, and what they mean for those awaiting their green cards. The February 2025 Visa Bulletin has arrived, and unfortunately, it offers little in the way of progress. As many of us anticipated in our January 2025 analysis, the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services has taken a cautious wait-and-watch stance, resulting in virtually no changes to priority dates across the board. This video may reflect a broader strategy to maintain stability amid shifting immigration demands, yet it is undeniably disappointing, especially since several key categories, which had previously seen modest positive movement, remain stagnant this month. A closer look at the bulletin. When we break down the February 2025 Visa Bulletin, the overarching theme is one of stagnancy. Both family-based and employment-based visa categories have shown no forward movement in their priority dates. For the family-based category, tables detailing both the final action date and the date of filing application indicate that there have been no adjustments. This consistency, while avoiding any retrogression, does little to advance the hopes of those waiting in the queue for their green cards. In the employment-based category, the scenario is much the same. The final action date tables remain unchanged, signifying that the agency has elected not to alter its processing pace at this time. However, one notable exception stands out: the certain religious workers category. This category, which had been rendered unavailable in the previous month's bulletin, is now available once again, with the final action date set to January 1st, 2021, across all employment-based categories. Although this update is a welcome development for many applicants in that niche, it is also an expected correction based on historical trends. What does the stagnancy mean? The lack of movement in the February bulletin invites a deeper discussion about the USCIS's long-term strategy and operational priorities. On one hand, the decision to hold steady on priority dates can be viewed as a measure to ensure that the immigration system remains balanced. By not introducing sudden changes, the USCIS may be attempting to avoid potential pitfalls that could arise from a misalignment between visa demand and processing capacity. Historically, periods of stagnancy in the Visa Bulletin have sometimes preceded episodes of retrogression where priority dates move backward due to surges in demand or unforeseen delays. Fortunately, that does not appear to be the case this month, as there have been no pullbacks. Instead, this pause could well be interpreted as a sign that the USCIS is carefully monitoring the current visa demand landscape and is unwilling to commit to adjustments that could exacerbate processing backlogs. Broader implications for immigration policy. Given the current political climate and the shifting priorities in Washington, this conservative approach by the USCIS might also be indicative of broader policy deliberations. With immigration policies frequently influenced by the prevailing political environment, the agency might be opting for a strategy that minimizes disruptions while allowing policymakers time to assess long-term visa trends. For applicants, this means that while the current state of affairs is not ideal, it is at least predictable an element of stability that is preferable to unexpected retrogressions. It is also worth noting that even though the overall bulletin shows little to no progress, certain subcategories within the employment-based visas have demonstrated consistent, albeit modest, positive changes over recent months. For example, both EB2 India and EB2 China have seen gradual improvements. Although these incremental steps were not reflected in the February bulletin, they offer a glimmer of hope for those in high-demand categories. It suggests that while the USCIS is holding back on sweeping adjustments, the underlying demand patterns are still slowly shifting in the right direction. March 2025 Visa Bulletin Predictions. The outlook for the March 2025 Visa Bulletin remains cautiously optimistic. Although February's bulletin did not provide the momentum many were hoping for, there is reason to believe that the agency might continue with its incremental adjustments in the coming month. It is possible that March could see small, deliberate changes, particularly in categories where demand is exceedingly high. However, there is also a realistic possibility that this phase of stagnancy may persist if the agency continues to evaluate its resource capacity and adjust to the current immigration landscape. Applicants and immigration professionals alike should remain vigilant as the USCIS navigates these challenging times. While the current bulletin does not offer significant breakthroughs, it is essential to understand that a measured approach might be the best strategy to avoid more severe disruptions down the road. In the realm of immigration, consistency, even if it means a slower pace, can sometimes be more beneficial than erratic changes that could jeopardize the overall system's stability. Final thoughts. The February 2025 Visa Bulletin, while not a cause for celebration, underscores the complexities inherent in the U.S. immigration process. The decision to maintain the current priority dates across most categories reflects a cautious strategy aimed at balancing demand with available processing capacity. For many, the lack of movement is disappointing, yet it also serves as a reminder of the importance of stability in a system that has, at times, been characterized by rapid fluctuations. As we look forward to the March Bulletin, it is critical for applicants to stay informed and consider seeking professional guidance to navigate these uncertain times. The return of the certain religious workers category is a small victory in an otherwise static landscape, suggesting that while progress may be slow, it is not entirely at a standstill. In these challenging moments, patience and strategic planning remain the key ingredients for success in the ever-evolving world of U.S. immigration. The February 2025 Visa Bulletin highlights both progress and setbacks in visa processing, reflecting ongoing challenges such as backlogs and demand fluctuations. Applicants should stay informed about future updates and consider legal guidance to navigate delays and opportunities effectively. As we approach the next bulletin, keeping an eye on trends in visa availability will be essential for those planning their next immigration steps. Stay tuned for more insights and updates in the coming months. Till then, take care.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel US Immigration News. We hope you are doing great. March 2025 Visa Bulletin Prediction and February Visa Bulletins Results and Analysis. The February 2025 Visa Bulletins has been released with few notable changes, leaving many applicants and immigration professionals feeling a sense of urgency. As predicted in our January analysis, the USCIS has maintained a wait-and-watch approach, resulting in a virtually no movement in the priority rates across most visa categories. For the family-based visa category, both the final action date and the date of filing application tables show no adjustment. This lack of progress means that applicants continue to face the same delays as before, with no acceleration in the processing of their cases. The unchanged status provides a sense of predictability, but also perpetuates the backlog that has long been a source of frustration. Similarly, the employment-based visa category has seen little change. The final action date remains steady, indicating that the USCIS is cautious about making any significant changes that might disrupt the delicate balance between visa demand and available processing capacity. However, there is one expectation in the category, the certain religious workers category, previously unavailable. This category is now active again, with the final action date reset to January 1st, 2021. Across all employment-based classification, although this update is welcome, especially for those in the religious workers category, it remains a modest adjustment in an otherwise steady bulletin. The overall lack of movement in the February bulletin raises question about the USCIS long-term strategy. It appears that the agency is prioritizing stability over rapid progress, likely due to careful assessment of visa demand and processing resources. Historically, periods of stagnancy in the visa bulletin have sometimes been precarious to restorations, but fortunately, no such pullbacks have been overserved this month. This video approach could be interpreted as an effort to prevent further disruption in an already strained immigration system. Additionally, while February did not show significant progress, there is a silver lining for some subcategories. Categories such as EB2 India and EB2 China have demonstrated consistent, albeit modest, improvement in recent months. This gradual advancement hint at a potential slow upward trend, suggesting that while the overall progress is incremental, there may be hope on the horizon for those in high demand groups. Looking ahead to the March 2025 Visa Bulletin, there is a cautious optimism that the USCIS might introduce small, incremental changes where demand is particularly high. However, it is also possible that this phase of stringency could continue as the agency evaluates its resources and answers to the evolving immigration landscape. In summary, the February 2025 Visa Bulletin reflects a deliberate strategy of stability over rapid change, leaving many hopeful applicants in a holding pattern while a small positive shift may still be on the horizon.